All right, baseball fans, get ready for another deep dive because today we are diving into some spring training action. And yeah, there's always some buzz around spring training, but the Houston Astros are really shaking things up this year.
They really are. I mean, they've made some interesting moves, some really head-scratching moves, I'd say. So it'll be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a potential position change for one of their biggest stars, a new face on the roster, and, well, a whole lot of question marks, that's for sure. I think it's made to say that no matter who your team is, this is going to be a storyline to watch because it really tells you a lot about how teams are adapting, to the changing game.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. It's all about evolution in baseball, and the Astros are definitely not afraid to shake things up.
So let's jump right into it and start with the big news that's got everyone talking Jose Altuve in left field.
You said it, he's been spotted taking rep out there, and honestly, it's kind of wild to imagine him anywhere other than second base. I mean, the guy is practically synonymous with second base for the Astros.
Right, exactly. I mean, for years he's been the heart and soul of that infield. So to see him potentially move to the outfield, it's a bold move for sure.
It is, and it's got everyone speculating, what's the thinking here? Is this a permanent switch? Is it just an experiment? I mean, you got to wonder what's going on in Dusty Baker's mind.
Oh yeah, Dusty's not giving anything away yet. He's been pretty tight-lipped about the whole thing, just saying that Altuve will still see time at second, but that doesn't really tell us much, does it?
Not really, no. It just adds to the mystery. And I think, part of it might be age. Altuve's not getting any younger, right? And he's had a few injury concerns in recent years, so maybe they're thinking about preserving him a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you want to keep his bat in the lineup as long as possible, and maybe moving him to the outfield takes some of the stress off his body.
Exactly. And, the outfield's a little less demanding than second base in terms of the quick reactions and lateral movement.
Okay, so that's one piece of the puzzle. But then you got the addition of Brendan Rodgers, which just throws another wrench into things.
Oh, yeah, that signing really raised some eyebrows. I mean, Rodgers, a former Gold Glove winner at second base. I mean, come on.
Yeah, so is he the heir apparent? Is Altuve passing the torch? Is this all part of some master plan we don't even know about?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But before we get too deep into the Rodgers situation, let's talk about the other big changes in the Astros infield. I mean, we can't forget about Alex Bregman leaving a pretty big hole at third.
Right, Bregman's gone, and they've brought in Christian Walker for first and Isaac Paredes for third, both solid players. But, it does make you wonder what direction they're going in.
Yeah, it's interesting because neither Walker nor Paredes are, known for their offense. They're both really good defensively, though, so maybe the Astros are shifting their focus a bit.
You mean like more emphasis on picking and defense, maybe a small ball approach?
Exactly. Maybe they're thinking, hey, we can manufacture runs, we can play solid defense, and let our pitching staff do the rest.
Okay, so back to Rodgers then. Where does he fit into all of this? I mean, if they're going for defense, then he seems like a perfect fit. But where does that leave Altuve and even Mauricio Dubon, who really came into his own last season?
Right, and that's what makes this so fascinating. It's like they've created this logjam at second base. You've got Dubon, who's proven he can play at this level. You've got Rodgers, a former top prospect with something to prove. And then you might even have Altuve in the mix. I mean, talk about competition.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle for playing time, that's for sure. And, that kind of competition can really bring out the best in players. So maybe that's part of the plan, too.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, sometimes you need that extra push to really elevate your game. And having guys like Altuve and Rodgers battling for a spot, well, that's only going to make everyone better.
Okay, so stepping back for a second, what's the big picture here? What does all of this mean for the Astros' chances this season?
Well, it's hard to say for sure. I mean, spring training is all about experimentation and seeing what works. But one thing in clear, they're not afraid to take risks. They're not content with the status quo, and they're willing to shake things up in a big way.
And now that makes them so dangerous. They're always adapting, always evolving, and they've got that championship pedigree, so you can never count them out.
Absolutely. And with all these new pieces and this new dynamic in the infield, it's going to be really interesting to see how they gel as a team, how they adjust to the changes, and ultimately how it all translates to wins and losses.
Yeah, no doubt. So for all you Astros fans out there, keep a close eye on this team because things are about to get really interesting. And for everyone else, well, this is a story worth following because it tells you a lot about the state of baseball today.
It really does. It's a reminder that this sport is constantly evolving, and the teams that can adapt and innovate well, they're the ones who are going to come out on top.
So there you have it, folks. Another deep dive in the books, but the conversation doesn't have to end here. Let us know what you think about these Astros moves. Are they genius? Are they crazy? Are they both? Head over to our social media pages and share your thoughts because we want to hear from you.
And as spring training unfolds and we get closer to opening day, keep your eyes peeled because this is a story that's only going to get more intriguing as we go.
All right, that's all the time we have for today, but we'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of baseball. So until then, keep swinging for the fences.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
See it.